Hey, what is up guys? It's Lewpac here, back with another Albion Online video for you. Today's video, we're going to be starting up a brand new playlist. I get asked this a lot on the live stream. Pretty much every day people are asking me, how do I make money? What ways can I make money in this game? How do I get more money? Usually I joke and say, use your mum's credit card. But joking aside, I do get asked this so much, I've decided to start a new playlist entirely dedicated to money-making tips in Albion. One of the first videos in there will be the focus refining video I made quite a while ago, one of my most popular videos. So I'm going to stick that in there, but I'm also going to start a new tip series for it, focusing on one method at a time, and hopefully give a variety of topics so that if loads of people are doing one thing, you can hopefully do something else if the market is saturated. Today's video then, we're going to be talking about Arcane Essences. Now these are actually something that a lot of players don't know an awful lot about and maybe don't even know they exist if they haven't touched on the potions part of the game. So, Arcane Essences then are these little things. They range from tier 4 to tier 8 and they serve one purpose in Albion Online. They turn a regular potion into an enchanted potion, which is a more expensive but more powerful version of the original potion. Essences can be transmuted. It takes 10 essences of the previous tier to make one of the next tier. So 10 tier 4s will make a tier 5, 10 tier 5s will make a tier 6, and so on and so forth. You have to use these when you craft the potion. You can't use them on an existing crafted potion. So the main customer for these will be potion crafters. Now I went to the market here and as you can see, there are buy orders for a bunch of these pretty acceptable prices. I've noticed the tier 6 and above are the real money. You're going to get plenty of tier 4 and tier 5. Tier 4 are probably used quite a lot because 4.1 poisons are very, very popular for PvE and for ganking. Tier 6, 7 and 8 is where the money's at though. Like the prices, they fluctuate a bit with the market. There's a good volume trading hands, you know, hundreds of these are being bought and sold every day. So there's definitely the volume there that you can move your goods, because it's no good farming something and not being able to sell it, because that just sucks. So tier 6s, you can net anything between 15 to 30k depending on the market per unit. Tier 7s are actually the highest because of their infrequency and their use in high level resistance potions, gigantify potions. These were running at about 70k when I checked, but they can go anywhere from 50 to 80. And tier 8s, you can expect anything from 50 to 80 as well. And this is per one. So remember this is the price per one. And potion crafters need a lot of these, especially if there's someone with a lot of farms that crafts in bulk. There's big money in potion farming, which we'll cover actually a little bit when we talk about farms in an upcoming video. But yeah, these are a good high ticket item and definitely worth a look. So where do we find these, I hear you ask? Well, the place to go is, the places are called Sepulchre of Magic. You may have seen these about and you may have seen the little ghosts that drop essences and never paid them any notice. They look like this on the map. And in fact, Kindlegrass Steppe here, this is my favourite farming spot for them. It's got a nice outer and inner rotation. This platform has some greater ghosts. There's greater ghosts on all of these points, which have better drop chances. We'll go over the mobs and the drops when we get out there very shortly. But yeah, this is the place that I like to go. You can find these Sepulchres of Magic in a variety of places around the world. There's one in Bowscale Fell. There's quite a few in the Outlands. One important thing to note though, when you're looking for one, just look for the most convenient one and one of a decent size. Because honestly, the Outlands ones don't offer any better drop rates from my testing. I had no better drops or better loot in the Outlands. The only thing I found in the Outlands was I was less interrupted if I chose a smart spot. When I was out in Anglia way in a quiet Sepulchre, it was very, very chilled and no one seemed to bother me at all. That said, just choose the one that's most convenient for you, and then if it's really busy and people are farming because some idiot made a video about it, then just look for another one or come back at another time. But I find that it's very, very decent money and a lot to be made. So quickly going to go over the build I'm using for this, because because obviously everybody wants to know. This is very similar to my solo dungeon speed clearing build. The mobs are not tough and they don't have any special abilities, so the build we're going for is good damage output with AoE and sustainability, so I have no downtime. I'm using the Great Axe with the Raging Blades and the Rending Swing. Lifesteal passive, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. The Scholar's Cow Energy Shield is how I'm keeping my energy up and making sure I don't have to stop there. I have the Hellion Jacket, which you honestly don't need for the fights themselves. It's just basically there in case you get into trouble and you need to actually fight someone. The Lifesteal Jacket is a really, really powerful tool. And I'm using the Scholar's Shields again for sometimes for energy regain if I need a bit of energy, but also mainly to escape if there's a gank that I don't like the look of. You don't need potions for taking out the mobs, so I'm using the healing potion again in case somebody tries to fight me. And I'm going to try omelets on this run, but I've mainly been using soups for the health regen. That said, a soup will not help you in a PvP fight, so I think omelets might be the better choice, but it's completely up to your personal preference. Essences also are very, very light. You can see here that all of these essences, 148 tier 4s, only weigh 7 kilos. So you can carry a lot of these in one farming session. So just bring a good bag. I'm going to use a tier 7 here, but don't worry about amount with carry capacity. Use something fast to get you to and from locations and something to avoid ganks. So I'm going to use a Direwolf. For you guys, I recommend a Swift Claw or an Armored Horse. So let's get out there and look at the mobs and get farming. So once we've arrived at our Sepulchre of Magic, we get down to the business of killing the ghosts. The first thing you'll notice if you're in a red zone is the Sepulchres themselves are not PvP hotspots. So the only people that can attack you are flagged people. So keep an eye on the number of hostile players in the zone before you get underway. It's not often that gankers will check deep in the Sepulchre for a farmer, but it could happen. So keep your wits about you and watch out. With the build that I'm using, honestly, you're not going to take much damage, and the great thing about this farming method is it's available to players of all levels. You don't need some crazy high specs to do it. You could do it with this gear 4.2. I am using 6.2 just because I can afford it and it makes me slightly more efficient, but it's not something that needs a huge amount of levels in mastery or a high level of equipment to do, and it's very profitable. There's no baseline skill either. It's not like gathering where you need to level up to a level where you're making the good money. You can just get stuck in and make some money. You can see I can clear these very easily. They've got no special attacks, and bang, we've got a tier 7 essence straight away. So as I said before, there's no difference between the red and the black from my testing. You could just work out your favorite clear path and get stuck in. I tend to do this for an hour or two at a time to fund my own potion crafting, but I've had some super good results. I'm reckoning, depending on your luck with getting tier 7s and tier 8 essences, honestly, the lowest you're going to make doing this is probably 500k an hour. And you could easily make 1 million if you get lucky with drops. And you can see here, you could do nice big pulls as well. So it's super efficient to clear. You can either intersperse it with something else if you want to do something else in the zone and let the mobs respawn in fully rather than just keep running through them. That's fine as well. But it's quite a chilled activity, easy money, and a nice way to make some good silver. One thing I will say is obviously don't get too overloaded. If you've got a ton of tier 8 essences and tier 7s, like you've been really lucky with the drops, don't get cocky and keep on farming. Do bank often. The good thing I found with Kindlegrass Steppe as well for my spot is I can just nip into Wire Forest and use this war camp. Obviously, post Queen update, there won't be war camps. One thing you could consider doing is hiding a small lockbox, like a golden egg or a Christmas present lockbox, an open world chest, and just bank in there. Because the essences are so light, you can hold plenty of them in there, and that could be a little mobile bank. Bear in mind that somebody with a demo hammer could destroy it, so do that at your own risk. But yeah, I hope you have some fun with this essence farming method. I'm going to go over to the main platform and just show you one of my favorite pools in this as well. But you can see it's fairly chilled. It's not too stressful on the PvE side of things. There's no real difficulty to the mobs. Hopefully it doesn't get too oversaturated by me making this video. It could be for a few days though, so bear in mind that if you're watching this video day one that it's come out, there could be a lot of people doing this initially, which could affect the prices. But that said, as I release more and more videos with different gold making methods or money making methods, people will be doing a lot of different stuff. This here is my favorite platform on the entire thing because you've got 4 of the big ghosts which have the better drop rate. You can get TA essences from the small ghosts as well, so don't think that it's only the big ones that drop the good stuff. The drop rates are completely random. That wasn't the best pull. The fame is decent as well, so I am gaining a fair bit of great axe specialization while doing this. So yeah, there you go guys. That is my little first money making tip video for this new playlist. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope you have lots of fun with essence farming. Remember, if you are a potion crafter, this is even better because you can use the essences yourself and make potions. But yeah, happy hunting and good luck making that silver, boys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Comment below on what you want to see next, any tips you've got for money making that you don't mind sharing with everybody, and let me know how lucky your essence runs were. So have a great time guys, and I'll see you soon for the next video.